Welcome to Marvelous Epic Stories. In the previous episode, episode 17, we learned about the history of Yayati. In this episode, let's learn about the history of the Kuru Dynasty and the story of Bhishma. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. At Janamajaya's request, Vaishampayana narrated the history of the lineage of Emperor Puru. When Samvarana was defeated by the Panchalas, he fled with his wife and ministers to the Indus Valley. With the blessing of Vasishta, Samvarana regained his kingdom and ruled. Samvarana's son was Kuru. Kurukshetra became famous in Kuru's name. In this lineage, Pratipa married Sunanda, the daughter of Shibi, and they had 3 sons, Devapi, Shantanu, and Baltika. Devapi went for penance, and Shantanu became the king. Shantanu was known for his touch, which could restore youth to the elderly. Shantanu and the goddess Ganga had a son, Devavrata, Bhishma. For his father's sake, Bhishma remained a lifelong celibate and arranged his marriage to Satyavati. Satyavati, while still a maiden, had given birth to Vyasa through the sage Parashara. Shantanu and Satyavati had 2 sons, Chitrangada and Vichitravirya. When Chitrangada was killed by Gandharvas, Bhishma arranged Vichitravirya's marriage to Ambika and Ambalika, the daughters of the king of Kashi. Vichitravirya died without progeny. By Satyavati's command, the sage Vyasa granted Ambika a son, Dhritarashtra, born blind, Ambalika a son, Pandu, born with a pale complexion, and a maidservant a son, Vidura, a knower of Dharma. Dhritarashtra and Gandhari had 100 sons, including Duryodhana, and 1 daughter, Dusala. Pandu had 2 wives, Kunti Devi and Madri Devi. Through the power of a mantra, Kunti gave birth to Dharmaraja, Bhima, and Arjuna. Madri's sons were Nakula and Sahadeva. Among the Pandavas' descendants, Abhimanyu was a great warrior. Uttara, the daughter of King Virata, was Abhimanyu's wife. Vasudeva protected the child in Uttara's womb from Ashwatthama's Brahmasastra. The boy who saved the lineage was named Parikshit. Parikshit married Madravati. O Janamejaya, you had Satanika and Shankukarna through Vapustama. Satanika's son was Ashwamedata. Vyasa authored this history of the lineage as Mahabharata.
Mahabhisha of the Ikshwaku dynasty reached heaven after performing thousands of sacrifices. Once, when goddess Ganga's garments were removed, Mahabhisha was captivated by her beauty. Lord Brahma became angry and cursed Mahabhisha to be born again as a human. He also told Ganga that she too would take a human birth and cause him harm, and when he lost his patience, the curse would be lifted and he would return to heaven. Mahabhisha wished to be born as the son of Pratipa in the Kuru Dynasty. On her way, Ganga saw the 8 Vasus who were under the curse of Vasishta. Unwilling to enter the womb of a mortal woman, they requested Ganga to be their mother and asked to be born as Shantanu's sons. They asked her to drown them in the river immediately after birth, except for 1 son who should live long, and Ganga agreed. While Pratipa was performing penance on the banks of the Ganga, Ganga, in the form of a beautiful woman, sat on his right thigh and asked him to marry her. Pratipa said that the right thigh was the place for daughters, so he would accept her as a daughter-in-law. Ganga agreed, but stipulated that her son should never question her actions, or she would leave him. After Ganga disappeared, Pratipa performed sacrifices and gave birth to Shantanu. When Shantanu grew up, Mahabhisha instructed him to marry that celestial maiden without ever asking who she was or questioning her actions, and then Mahabhisha went for penance. Shantanu saw a beauty, Ganga, like goddess Lakshmi, on the banks of the Ganga River and desired to marry her. She imposed a condition that he should not obstruct any of her actions or she would leave him. Shantanu agreed. They had 7 children and she drowned them in the water immediately after birth, saying, "This is for your own good." Shantanu did not question her as per their promise. When she was about to drown the 8th child, Shantanu became angry and questioned her. She said, "I will not kill this child. According to our agreement, I will leave you. I am Ganga. To free the 8 cursed Vasus from their curse, I became their mother and drowned them as per their wish. The 8th Vasu is our son. He will be called Gangadakta." She explained that the Vasus had been cursed for stealing the cow Nandini from the ashram of sage Vasishta. She said that a Vasu named Dyumu would stay on earth for some time and he would be childless. She took the son and vanished. Shantanu's son became famous as Gangeya and Devavrata. Shantanu returned to his capital, and 4 years later, on the banks of the Yamuna River, he saw a maiden exuding a fragrant aroma and fell in love with her. She was the daughter of the king of Matsya. Shantanu went to the king of Matsya and asked for her hand in marriage, but the king of Matsya requested, "Only the son born to my daughter should become the king after you." Shantanu was disheartened, unable to forget her or agree to the condition. Devavrata, noticing his father's distress, learned the Matsya king's condition through a minister. He went to the Matsya king and made a terrible vow. "I renounce my claim to the throne. I will remain a lifelong celibate." The gods praised him from the sky, saying, "He is Bhishma." The Matsya king agreed and married Satyavati to Shantanu. Shantanu was delighted and granted Bhishma the boon of death at will. Shantanu and Satyavati had 2 sons, Chitrangada and Vichitravirya. After Shantanu's passing, Chitrangada became king but died in a battle with a Gandharva king. Bhishma became the protector of the young Vichitravirya. For Vichitravirya's marriage, Bhishma forcibly brought Amba, Ambika, and Ambalika from the Swayamvara or self-choice ceremony of the king of Kasi. When Amba confessed that she loved King Salva, Bhishma sent her back. He married Ambika and Ambalika to Vichitravirya. 7 years later, Vichitravirya died of Rajyakshma or consumption without progeny. Satyavati desired Bhishma to have children to uphold the Kuru lineage. Bhishma said he could not break his vow. He suggested that in an emergency, a son could be obtained through a learned Brahmin, citing past instances, and advised calling Vyasa Veda to save the lineage. Satyavati thought of Vyasa, her first son born through yogic power. When Vyasa appeared, he agreed to grant sons to his brother's wives as per his mother's wish, but stipulated that they should observe strict rules for 1 year. Since Satyavati insisted on immediate succession for the kingdom, Vyasa said that if they could tolerate his current appearance and stench, they would have children immediately. Satyavati agreed and sent Ambika to Vyasa. Out of fear, Ambika closed her eyes upon seeing Vyasa. Therefore, Vyasa said the son would be born blind, Dhritarashtra. Satyavati asked for another son since a blind person could not rule. Ambika became pale and discolored upon seeing Vyasa. Therefore, Vyasa said the son would be born with a pale complexion, Pandu. Ambika was afraid to go to Vyasa again and sent her maidservant instead. The maidservant bore Vidura, a knower of Dharma. Dharma Deva himself was born as Vidura due to the curse of sage Mandavya. Thus Vyasa granted the wives of Vichitravirya sons who enhanced the prestige of the Kuru Dynasty. Bhishma served as the guardian of these descendants. In the upcoming episode, we will learn about the story of Vidura. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.